Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. Today should be a Supra video. I should be working on this thing. I've got some of the parts in. I need to hopefully get this thing up and running again, but we're not going to be doing that. We're going to be working on this because I'm now in a mad rush to get this thing going for this weekend. It's a bit of a disaster, but I don't have much time. We've got to get into that. Let me try and explain why. Let's get into this. Today's video is on the Aston Martin Vallere. Let's go. Now, here's what happened with the Vallere. Something very, very interesting. About 2 weeks ago, I was on social media or on Instagram, and I saw a random competition come up. And it was for tickets to a major event. And I thought that's all it was, just 2 tickets. And all you had to do was post a picture of your car, make a comment, like, follow, that sort of thing. It was simple, it's easy. There was hundreds of people appear to be doing it, so I took the shot and I did it. And I probably should have read more exactly what was going on, because somehow I won. I don't know how the hell I did it. I don't know what I did, whether it was random or selected, but turns out I won. And what I won was a bit more to it than just 2 tickets to the event. I really should have read the fine print, but now, if I'd actually read into it, I probably wouldn't have entered, because I'm not sure this car is, well, frankly, I don't think it's good enough for it. There's a lot of little issues on this thing that I cannot possibly get ready in time. There's no way. There is tons of little issues with the wrap and display pieces. It's very likely nobody will see it, but I know they're there and I'm not happy with it, but I don't have a choice. Now, there is a couple of complexities to this. The first one is, for me, it's very short notice. I need to get this car there on the weekend. I only got notice on Monday and I dismissed it. I thought it was a scam. I thought, you know, typical, you've won a prize. I never thought it was real. So I didn't take any serious notice of it until late Tuesday, and I realized that I actually won. So now it's Wednesday and I've got to get this thing ready for a show on Saturday, and it's just not even close. I'm not happy with it. I've also just got to get it road trip ready. And there's a few outstanding things on that. So I've been very busy this morning just trying to do that. Now, one thing I have to do with this car, and I had it planned, this was always on the cards, I was going to reveal it to you later. I've had to accelerate it and do it much faster. And that is protect the windscreen or windshield and protect the headlights, because they're unprotected right now. So I've rushed that forward and I've gone and bought out PPF for both of them. So PPF for the headlights, PPF for the windscreen. Those were a critical item. They've been ordered this morning. Not as expensive as you think. It's a DIY kit. I'll put them on, and hopefully that'll protect the windscreen and windshield and the headlights when we're on the way, because it's a very long trip for me. And because it's a very long trip for me and it's short notice, I'm struggling to get anyone else who wants to go with me. So I'm going to be going this alone. I couldn't find anybody else who's free or able to go this weekend. So yeah, it's just me on my own. So yeah, it's all about getting this car ready. Now, as any owner of a wrapped car or car with livery on will tell you, you can't just clean them normally, because normal cleaning can ruin it. You have to use the right solutions and the right products. So I've spent a good time this morning getting all that sorted out. We've actually got a washing kit that I've put together here. So the boot or the trunk in this car has been a disaster. Again, I've spent ages this morning and yesterday trying to sort all that out, because if you're going to take a toolkit, well, you've also got to take spare oil. You've got to take some coolant. You've got to take all the various bits and pieces of things you can need, various spares like fuses and so on, just in case you need them. So I've been through this boot for ages, getting it sorted out so that I've actually got space in here, and I still need to clean it because it's going to be on show. And obviously, I need to make sure the car's good, because this is going to be running for a long time on the weekend. Obviously, we go and check the oil, and subscribers will remember from previous videos, there's a unique way to check the oil in this. You can't just check it cold like it is right now. You need to check it in the right methodology, and then you can actually know whether or not you got the right oil in it. I've done that, and this car is good for oil, and we'll take spare oil. We've also done the same with the coolant, made sure that the coolant's all topped up, no problems with it, and we've got spare coolant. We've also made sure that our power steering is topped up. We just need to make sure it's topped up and at the right level. it is. We've also checked our washing fluid, but again, like almost every single variant of this car, whether it be the DB9, the DBS, you name it, anything on this V8 platform, the wiper washer fluid bottle breaks. They crack at the top. You have to pull them out and you have to actually repair them. You can't replace them because the replacement will break. The design of them was really bad. So I can top this up and make sure I've got enough, but I have to just do it by instinct because I could keep literally pouring fluid in and in forever. It will just leak out. The cracks at the top, it will get full, but it would leak out forever if you weren't paying attention. But for now, that's done. I've also put the car on trickle charge. I've had it on to make sure it's fully topped up and there's no problems with the batteries. And to be honest, this car's electrical systems are running better than ever now. All signs of parasitic drain appear to have just gone. I don't think I've got any, even though we're running that old backup siren, the backup battery with the nickel metal hydride batteries, I still think they don't seem to be causing parasitic drain. How? I don't know. It's not happening. That unit seems to be working. It is an item on the task list, but for now, I'm not seeing parasitic drain. But because there has been a concern in the past, I put this thing on trickle charger and we're just making sure that the whole thing is topped up. Now, because we are going on a pretty long trip and I will almost certainly be on my own, I'm going to take a ton of tools with me just in case. There's no reason I should have to use them, at least not at this point, but it is possible. So I took all the tools out of the boot, which were just cluttering it up. I freed up nearly the entirety of the boot space and I've put them into tool rolls and I've stowed them behind the seats. So now we've got a far more effective use of space in this car. The available space in this car is there, but it's a bit like playing Tetris to actually use it properly. We've got a tire inflator and we've got a couple of cans of tire sealant because you can't carry a spare in this car. That is the issue with this car. You cannot carry a spare tire. It is literally impossible. Also made sure we've got roadside assistance with this car so that if I do have any problems and I do need to get a tow or any other kind of assistance, just something that I don't have as a tool, well, I made sure I've got roadside assistance, and if I have a problem, they can turn up and help me out or whatever else I need. So the one little job I do have to do right now is to try and fix this lower trim piece. It looks really good, but it doesn't fit properly at the back. The other side is no issue, but this one, for some reason, down there, it just isn't working. So I'm gonna get some old clothes on now. We'll try and get this sorted out and hopefully get it flat so that when we're at the show, it doesn't look a bit bent at the end when you're a distance away, because up close, you can't see the problem. Like even here now, I can barely see the issue. But of course, when you walk away at a good distance, you can see a little bend in there that shouldn't be there. So we're gonna sort that out and I might as well do it right now. Okay, I've managed to fix the lower trim on this side now, so it does look a lot better. It's not perfect though. It is filthy, so we're gonna have to clean it all up, but it does look a hell of a lot better now. It doesn't have that bend in it. In fact, if I didn't point it out, I doubt many people would notice it. However, the wrap, the little pinstripe, that's taken a bit of a beating. I need to clean that up a little bit. It's not good. From a distance, standing up here, it looks fantastic. Like you would not notice any issues from here. It looks phenomenal. But if you get down to it and you're looking at it, yeah, it's awful. So got to fix all that up. Another interesting thing I found about this car, this doesn't make any sense to me. So they patched the rear tire and the rear tire has been fixed. It's at 36 PSI. I didn't pump it up. It's correct. It's where it's supposed to be. Now, when I took this car into the garage, I know all the other tires were at 36 PSI. But now all of them, with the exception of the one that got patched, are at 32, precisely. So 32, 32, 32, 36. It's almost as though the garage did its own checks on 3 tires and put them at 32 and forgot to check the other one, which is 36, because they should all be 36. So now I've got to go and pump up all the tires to 36, but we can do that another day. I might even do that when we leave, just to make sure, giving them all time and see if anything actually starts going down. I don't think so. The chances of all 3 having a problem are pretty much nil. We'll give it a couple of days, see what they do, and then we'll pump them all up to 36 for the multi-hour drive we got coming up. And just like I did with the boot, I've had to go through here and make sure I've sorted out all the internal storage space as well, because in here, there is a surprisingly good amount of space, but trying to use it is like a game of Jenga. So I put in some extra solutions to make sure we've got plenty of space in here. I've got my full Android system set up. I've got my full dash cam set up. I've got the battery for all of it in the back. Everything's charged. Everything's good. We should be able to run all of it all day without needing to touch the car's battery. And hopefully everything in here is just going to go to plan. One thing I haven't done right now is to clean this car. But because it's Wednesday and we're not going until probably Saturday morning, I'm going to wait until then. For now, that's where this car's at. Now, at this point, I would love to sit here and tell you that it's all done, that this car is now absolutely ready to go to the show on Saturday morning. But there's a big problem. It is Saturday morning and I'm still here, and so is the car. And the reason for it is I screwed up. Effectively, this mad rush and getting all that stuff done in a hurry is a complete waste of time. Oh, don't get me wrong, I needed to do it anyway, but I didn't need to rush. Now, you won't have seen it in this video. There is a previous video which shows me actually doing the whole process of putting the headlight PPF on and the windscreen PPF on. That all went on fine. It's brilliant. It actually works really well. There is nothing wrong with the process or the actual PPF on the headlights or the windscreen. What's wrong is me not recognizing that there's a curing time for it and I can't drive the car right away. And that's because the PPF, well, it really only went on yesterday. I mean, it's not been on there very long. It needs probably at least 2 days of just sitting on the car curing. Now, a lot of people will tell you, no, you can drive it straight away, but I'm going to follow the instructions on it, which says you should give it at least 48 hours to cure. And this has just not been on there anywhere near long enough. So yeah, so whilst it was a mad, stupid rush to try and get this thing ready for today, which didn't happen, well, we've still got something out of it. The car is a hell of a lot better off than it was. We've cleaned up a ton of items, still got more to do. Plenty more to do on this car, but yeah, the mad rush is over. Thank you so much for watching. If you have enjoyed any parts of this video, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Definitely subscribe because you're going to see the Supra, hopefully, fingers crossed, in the next video, provided we don't have any more mad rushes to do. For now, again, thank you so much for watching. I'm gonna get out of here, take a break, because this thing's been killing me for days now. So thank you so much for watching again. I will see you in the next video. Signing out.
I love the chase and the hunt, and I set the pace when I'm running. I always take what I want and I always give it 100. Don't need a bank, no, I'm funded. Play the game like it's nothing. I'm always thankful for something. Don't take for granted, stay humble. Now wake up! It's time to look at the enemy. Look in the mirror if he is no friend to me. It's not working out, maybe